Welcome to Apothecary After Dark, the official podcast of Amityville Apothecary.
This is what real witches talk about when the doors are locked, the lights are low, and the incense is still smoldering.
From spell work and shadow work to hot takes on hexes, healing, and everything in between, we're serving up magic, mystery, and a little bit of mischief.
So pour a cup of your favorite libation, light that protection candle, and settle in. It's about to get witchy. Hey everybody, welcome back to the last episode of Apothecary After Dark in season 3. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And we don't have a special guest, it's just us. I'm Dina, I'm here with my bestie.
Hi guys, I'm Danny, and we are wrapping up season 3. I can't believe it.
I know, and you know what? So many of you guys post this in different groups. On Instagram, you send us messages. We have a sticker that we send out in orders, and it says, Real Witches Read Books. And so I figured since we're sitting in the Athenaeum, let's talk about our favorite books.
Yes, and those of you who are watching on video, you could see that it's like chaos in front of us. That's because before this episode, we just pulled off of the shelf some of our favorites. So we thought it might be helpful just to kind of like go over different categories and some of our faves as resources to you. But as always, if you ever have questions, one of the things that we love is tell us like, hey, I'm interested in this kind of genre or this type of topic, and we can help make recommendations.
Yeah, and if we don't have something, let us know, because we're always interested to learn what books you love, what made an impact on you, what couldn't you put down, what spells hit, like let us know.
It's funny. I just pulled another one.
You know, one person asks, we're like, people are asking, and then
we're like, people are really asking. It's like a person.
So
fine.
Let's start off with some tarot books, right? Because tarot always sort of mystified me. 78 cards. Forget it if you're reading reversals. Then there's like double the meanings, double the fun, double
one more.
Double the learning.
I forgot to pull one more off. That's all right.
All right. Well,
that's okay. Yeah. It's fine. Follow up with me. We could always send more recommendations.
So two of my favorites, and it's really there's like 3 favorites, but I did not pull 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack, because literally this could just be Rachel Pollack. What I did was pulled Tarot Wisdom by Rachel Pollack, and also The Way of the Tarot, which by Alejandro Jodorowsky. These 2 books, when I was writing the book for Crystal Keys Tarot, really helped me with my research in terms of understanding the archetypes of the cards and then backing into the crystal meanings of them. But what I really love about Tarot Wisdom is that for each card, she goes through the history as well as the different tarot systems.
Yep.
So she has Marseille, she has the Rider, and then she also has different depictions from other decks as well.
Right.
And it's just very thorough. It's one of those reference books that you will have out and accessible. You could read it from cover to cover, or you could do what I do and just pick it up and say, hey, I want to deep dive into the Hanged Man. I want to deep dive into the 7 of Swords. And you can do that. I keep opening to the Hanged Man.
You do. Why. And there's different spreads in there too.
Yeah, there are spreads. There's so much. There's questions to ask for every single card. There's readings for the major arcana cards. It's great. Rachel Pollack.
It's a great book.
Just amazing. And if you want another Rachel Pollack book, definitely also get 78 Degrees of Wisdom as well. But Tarot Wisdom, I absolutely adore it. The Way of Tarot is I also really love. And the reason why I love this book is because he writes from the perspective of what the card would say to you. And that's an interesting way of sort of leaning into the archetypes energy. Like if the, let's see. So
that's cool because I have,
I just pulled
love
to your
the star.
Card,
the star is my favorite.
So for example, and if the star spoke, in the infinite multiplicity of beings and things, I have found my place in the world and in myself, for it is the same thing. I no longer need to keep looking. I no longer hold any image of myself. I am in my rightful place here and everywhere. I am attached by my own choice. It's just, and it goes on and on, but he also has the symbols in all of the, like in the card for each card. So it's, again, I absolutely love this one.
Okay, great. Great recommendations. So I would be remiss not to mention Mary K. Greer, who is the OG of tarot. We had the pleasure of meeting her at the Reader's Studio, and I also went up to Omega for her Masters of Tarot workshop. So Tarot for Yourself, this is the 35th year anniversary.
No big deal.
Yeah, she's been around for a long time, and this book has been instrumental in helping people learn tarot and, really getting into the psychology of it. There's prompts, there's different exercises you can do. It goes into the different personalities. There's different spreads. There's all different exercises in this book. So it is a foundational book that I recommend. There's all different correspondences. She's very deeply steeped and educated in Golden Dawn. So if you want to get a solid foundation, Tarot for Yourself, a workbook for the inward journey by Mary K. Greer is an excellent book to add to your collection. I love Ethany, who is our friend, Ethany Dawn. So this book, Become an Exceptional Tarot Reader. This is her newest book. It's excellent. She has a few books, but this is the card meanings and skills you need to ace every reading. So this is great for beginners or those who are more experienced. So if you want to take it to the next level, how to read for other people and help boost your confidence, this is such a thorough, deep dive into tarot for every level. There's 30 exercises, there's spreads, there's make your own spreads, there's upright and reversal meanings, journal prompts, imagery, body language. Like, it's really so well done. It's a great book, and I'm very proud of her for that.
And I do want to say, I think it's really important to read different books by different people, because even when we go to the conferences and the workshops and, at Alchemy Academy, and we're all sitting at a table and we might have our tarot decks out going through exercises. I am always learning other people's perspective, because what they see, what they notice, their approach, it's going to be different, because yes, there are the archetypes, there is the structure, but then it's your intuition and your nuance and the way you tell a story. And everybody tells a story differently.
And they may say one thing that will just be a complete aha moment for you, that will forever change or shift the way that you interpret or think about a card, because every spread is different. So I love getting different perspectives. And then you guys that listen to me, and those of you who watched the episode in the past with Chris Ann, one of my favorite decks is the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann.
It's a great deck.
And Chris Ann is a keynote presenter at our Alchemy Academy. She's coming down from Canada at this point. It already happened. But the Lightseers Tarot is one of my main go-to decks. So that's definitely part of my core collection. But she also did this corresponding Tarot for the Lightseers book as a companion. Yeah. So this is so wonderful for even if it's like just you want to learn tarot. So it goes into like how to approach tarot. What does it mean? There's all different spreads in it. She goes into a deep dive for every card. She focuses on the different pictorial symbols and elements that she has in the imagery of the card. It has the meaning of the card. It has an affirmation of the card, journal prompts. And then at the back, it also has a comparative chart with, as it relates to the rider weight, so that you can also like understand the core meanings of the rider weight too. So this is a really great deck and book companion if you're looking to get started. It's a modern take of updated imagery.
Yeah, I think too sometimes people get stuck with the Rider Smith weight because it can feel a little antiquated. There's no real diversity there. It's, all Caucasian people. Right. So if you're, Chris Ann's deck is much more modern for our 21st century life. So I really do love it. I think it's definitely more nuanced and easier to understand in some capacities.
It's totally intuitive, and the imagery is very fresh and bright and colorful and evocative. So also sticking with the format of Rider Smith Waite, I love the Enchanted Forest Feline Tarot deck by Jen Sankey. I love cats.
And there is a podcast featuring her, so go check it out if you haven't seen it.
There totally is. It's wonderful. But this uses the same format of the Rider-Smith Waite, and it incorporates all different cats. Now, I'm a cat lover, so if you find a deck that mirrors what your interests are, you're going to be inclined. I know the books just sometimes swan dive off the shelf. That's what just happened over there. So use that deck, because if you love cats, you're going to use the cat deck.
Yeah, definitely try and find the imagery that speaks to you. You know, what we didn't have when we were growing up, there weren't a lot of different decks. Mm-hmm. First of all, there weren't really shops like this where we could just like go in and like, if you're local, we have all of our decks. We have demo decks. So we have open copies that you could go through everything and see, because it is so important to see if you have a personal connection. I think sometimes where people get stuck is you're shoehorned into Rider-Smith Waite, Marseille, Thoth, and you're like, it's not doing anything for me. So now there's hundreds of decks. Right. Cats, dogs, crystals, unicorns, like catacorns.
If you love crystals, get Dina's deck, the Crystal Keys Tarot, because then you can learn, if you know about crystals, that energy can relate to the tarot. If you know about tarot, that energy can parlay into
conversations.
Yeah, together. Exactly, into the energy of the crystals. Yeah. So I highly recommend Dina's deck.
Thank you.
Yes, Crystal Keys Tarot, which is now available for purchase. So those are the tarot category selections.
You pulled the Lenormand.
I did pull Lenormand. So, okay. So Lenormand is like the sister of tarot, and Rana George is like the authority on Lenormand. So it's a different divination card system of 36 cards. Sometimes you get some extra bonus cards in the current updated decks, but this is like the blunt sister of tarot. So if you just want like fast, straightforward answers, this is for you. And you read the cards in sequence to each other as if you're reading a sentence. So this is a complete, massive book that gives all different interpretations.
Again,
and then
another one of those that you're going to have on your shelf and you're going to go to.
But it's like a course of study. Yeah, it's great because she does it so simply. She breaks it all down, but it's so thorough and so fun. I never knew Lenormand until Emily Munoz came to our shop and started teaching about it. And I was like, I love Lenormand.
And now Lenormand is picking up so much steam. Yeah. We have a robust Lenormand section of all different types of cards. Yeah. So they're available on our website, shop Amityville Apothecary, or again, come on down. We have open copies because now they're doing all different versions of that. So, you like more light, you like flowers, you like whatever. Yeah. There's going to be a Lenormand that's going to suit your fancy.
And then the other category of cards are oracle decks. So oracle decks are based on the theme of the creator. So, a common question is, what's the difference between tarot and oracle? So tarot is a set fixed system of 78 cards, and no matter what deck you pull, the core essence meaning of that card is going to be consistent across decks. But oracle, no. That's based on that specific deck, based on that specific theme.
The number of cards might even be different too. Yes. So you might get 38 cards, 44 cards, 60 cards.
This one has 52.
There you go.
So I pulled this one. Colette Baron Reed has created many, many, many decks of oracle, and she has books. She's a Hay House creator. I happen to love this Goddess Power Oracle deck. This has been part of my collection for a long time, so I reordered it just to bring it back in. So the whole theme of this is different goddesses, and there's all different types. So there's Celtic, there's Greek, there's, you name it, there's goddesses in here, and the imagery is simply gorgeous.
Yeah, they're very pretty.
And then it gives you an opportunity to say, what's the energy of today? And you shuffle it up and you pull, and then you'll get the goddess of today. And then you can learn, I just pulled Lilith, that's associated with independence. And then usually with the Oracle deck, as you're learning, you have to check the reference guide and the guidebook, which is included. If you get a deck that's not included, it's probably a knockoff.
It's definitely a knockoff.
Yeah, well, exactly. So we don't sell bootleg here. So
and
watch
if there's a QR code, scan the QR code to get the book. Wah, wah.
That's a knockoff. So support the creators and the publishers that invest so much into creating these products.
If you're seeing brand new decks for $5, $6, $10, it's a bootleg. And there's a lot of chatter about, AI and, not using, generative AI to take jobs away from artists and, making sure we're supporting art and illustration. Well, support art by not buying knockoffs, because if you buy a knockoff, the artists aren't getting paid. And what's their incentive to keep spending hours upon hours upon hours creating these works?
It takes years.
I mean, it took me 4 years.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah. So
do your research.
So there's, no matter what theme or topic, you could probably find an oracle deck about
Angels,
it, or
cats,
or a tarot deck. Yeah.
It's wonderful.
My God,
I'm just looking.
Different goddesses and deities.
Roses,
yeah. Inner shadow work.
Animals.
Yeah.
The sun. Mushrooms.
This is a wonderful resource book for you. We use this for everything. It's the Llewellyn complete book of correspondence.
If you want to do spell work, this is a desk reference that you will go to.
It's huge.
You're going to be in it hours. Has like spill marks on it, ripped pages, but it has crystal correspondences, plant correspondences, planetary correspondences, days of the week,
everything
color.
you could possibly want for your magic work.
Anything you need.
Yeah.
So, you want to do a manifestation spell, you lean more Celtic, you could narrow it down using that book. You want to do a manifestation spell and you lean more non-deity specific, you want to do herbs and color and planet, you could do that too. So it's, again, not something you read from the front cover to the back cover, but it's something you sort of pick through, and it really helps you make your own spells and helps you develop your own practice. And it also helps you understand why other spell books are using what they're using, right? So we had just got in this one, which is the Witch's Altar book. And, we have a long running joke here that we will in fact judge a book by its cover and its aesthetic,
and we went deep with this one because we fell in love.
Make it pretty. Just make it pretty. This book is gorgeous.
It has the ribbons. It has the black edged pages.
It really is gorgeous.
The linen cover. It's beautiful.
The inside is full color. The photos are amazing. The spells are great. It has a lot of your correspondences, herbal correspondences, tons of spells.
All different divination systems.
Beautiful.
It's a great book.
So we've had this on our shelf for a couple of months now, and we're really happy with it. And our customers have been really happy with her as well.
And I'll say also, Judika Illes is a wonderful resource. She has a whole series of really thick, big
books. And we did a podcast with her.
Yes,
so
we did.
Check that
out. As well as some paperback books that focus on like core essential, guidance and information about witchcraft and spell work. So I highly recommend all of her products too. And Amy Blackthorne too.
Oh, Amy for her.
Totally.
So many books on plants and botanicals. She's just absolutely wonderful. And we did a podcast with her. So go check that one out. I have been working out of Cindy Dale's The Complete Book of Chakra Healing for about a decade now. It's the foundation and the background for my crystal healing certification class. They, think that they're coming in for crystal class. They are, but you have to learn about the chakras and the development of the chakras in order for you to understand that the crystal is the key and the chakra is the lock. That's
subtle energy.
What we do.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in energy work and you're interested in understanding yourself and your own healing journey, this again is a little bit textbooky, but well worth your trouble because she's fantastic. It's not a hard read, but it's just a long read.
Well, there's a lot of information.
A lot of information.
Yeah.
So, talks about your every single chakra, the cycles, the development. So we have had this on the shelves for many, many years here and highly recommend it.
All right. So the one I turned around and grabbed because I was looking at the monitor and I was like, oh, this. So Dr. Michael Lennox is a wonderful astrologer. He's a psychologist and he's also an expert dream interpreter. Yeah. So this is Llewellyn's Little Book of Dreams. He has a number of dream books that I highly recommend Dr. Michael Lennox. You can follow him on social media.
Dr. Lennox Dreams on social media. He's amazing.
He's wonderful. So, dreams are often you're receiving messages from your angels, from your higher self, from
your subconscious.
Your subconscious. So you can easily reference, hey, I had a dream about like a cow and a cliff, and what does it mean? Like there's different, there's different exercises in here and different guidance, night terrors, etc. Brief overviews, and it's just a cute little book. But any of his books are wonderful as it relates to dream interpretation and astrology. Mm-hmm. So I pulled this one off the shelf for astrology, Stephanie Capone.
Love her.
She also has great tarot books, but this is a guided astrology workbook, a step-by-step guide, because astrology can sometimes seem overwhelming, but truly your birth chart is the blueprint of your soul. It is where all of the planets are in the skies, the moment and the exact latitude, longitude that you are incarnated into the world. Okay, so it's like a snowflake. It's your energetic timestamp that's unique only to you. Mm-hmm. That's why twins are so different. Dina and I share the same exact birthday, literally the same exact birthday, almost the same location, but there are, a few hours in between us, and there are key differentials to really, make us complementary. We share a lot in common, but we have unique differentials. So this booklet, this workbook is very easy. It breaks it down, the different houses, the different signs, the different elements.
She takes you step by step.
The different planets.
Your chart.
Right.
Is great.
Because it's fun and it's easy to comprehend. And the sooner you understand your own, then you can understand your partners, your children's, your friends. And it really helps you understand interpersonal communication and interrelations between different people. And once you understand this, you're like, oh, I see the fire of that planet. I see, Aries energies coming, which is very fiery and like jumps right out of the gate and might act before it thinks. And you're like, oh, that makes so much sense.
It also helps you in your magic too, because once you understand the signs, it helps you plan your spell work, helps you plan with your timing, or if you want to harness specific energy, specific planetary energies, it's another way to layer those correspondences in the energetic layer. So
yeah.
I love it.
Which crystal books do you pull out, Dina? Because obviously we started like crystals at our core.
So I pulled 3 crystal books, okay? There are so many crystal books, but I will say my number 1 must-have crystal book, and the one that we have in the shop that's our demo copy, is my original Robert Simmons book. This is Robert Simmons, The Book of Stones. Who they are and what they teach. It is an amazing book, and there are hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of stones in here. What I love about this book, and what I think is worth the price, even if it didn't say anything else, is the Stone Property Reference Index. So it has it based upon physical as well as emotional. So say, for example, you want to look up crystals for self-confidence. It has a whole list of stones: azurine, blue lace agate, albite, apatite, aragonite, da-da-da-da-da. But what's really cool is it's not like one of these indexes where it's like page 22, 47, 111, 299. Mm-hmm. So that way you like, oh, okay. So
like, I can use sunstone.
I already have a sunstone.
Right.
I don't have time to read all about it. I'm just going to throw it in my pocket. Or the entire book is in alphabetical order. There's also metals in here, which I really love: gold, silver, platinum, copper. Meteorites are in here. So it's a really great desk reference. I also have Judy Hall's Crystal Zodiac, which is a mashup of the astrology and the crystal world, because a lot of times people are like, what's my birthstone? And like, not to knock the idea of a birthstone, but birthstones were created to sell gems and jewelry. It's
Jewelry.
not really, so we're born in September, our birthstone is sapphire, but there are Virgo Septembers and there are Libra Septembers, and those energies are very different. So Judy Hall breaks down different crystals to use based upon your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. And it is from this information that we used her recommendations to create our line of crystal bracelets that we have available on our website for every single astrological sign. And each crystal bracelet can be worn for your sun, your moon, or your rising.
So you're supported. Yes.
Based on this book. So this is a great one. And we also have this available in our crystal shop to look through if you're shopping. And then I also picked Judy Hall's Crystal Companion. Again, not as many crystals as the Robert Simmons, but I enjoy having Judy Hall's voice because her channeling on the crystals is a little bit different from Robert Simmons. So I like to read both of them because everybody sort of channels a little bit different. And she has some different stones in here that Robert Simmons doesn't have. So I like to have that added layer and have a little, Judy Hall in my life too.
Right. And the one that I just pulled, but we have a number of his books, is Nicholas Pearson.
He's great.
He's wonderful. He is.
And we did a podcast episode with him.
We did. We were fortunate enough to do earlier in the season a podcast episode with Nicholas, and he is so knowledgeable about all things crystals. He's been working at this for decades, literally like while he was still a student. And this is his Crystal Basics book. We have a number of his books, but really, really informative. There's great pictures. There's great basis foundation of information.
Layouts. He's really something special.
Yeah.
I had picked a book on shadow work. This is the first shadow work book that I picked, and it's still my favorite. It is Existential Kink by Carolyn Elliott. And a lot of people come in, they want to know, how do I do shadow work? How do I do shadow work? And obviously it's your shadow. You need to explore it yourself. But I really love Carolyn's approach to basically having you look at those areas of your life where you keep doing the same thing over and over again, because she says in here, having is evidence of wanting, which totally blew my mind, because if a pattern keeps showing up in my life, that means somewhere in my subconscious, I want that pattern. And then it's up to you to figure out why you have that pattern. It's not up to outside people in your life to conform and not replay that pattern, because if you watch Dr. Orna on couples therapy, she will say that you will subconsciously get into relationship with people that trigger this, so you could keep revisiting it. So that's why shadow work is so important. So I love Existential Kink, Unmask Your Shadow and Embrace Your Power, Carolyn Elliott. I got one more.
All right.
New one.
Well, I just pulled this one because it's going to be like a great resource for anybody that wants to work with the energy of the moon, which many of you do.
Yeah. And it's a great spell book.
Exactly. Manifesting by the Moon, A Guide to Lunar Magic by Jen Sankey. It just came out.
We did a podcast with her.
We did. We love Jen. And I have to say, like, I really, I think it's very, very informative as it relates to working with the different harnessing the energies of the moon. Obviously, if the oceans are affected by the moon cycles, and we are predominantly water, we are affected by the moon cycles. So, if someone's like, that's very woo-woo. Well, you know what? It's better to understand the different moon cycles and understand how that energy affects us, and then use it to our advantage. So I think there's a really great informative wealth of information here to work with.
And then last but not least, Ted Andrews is a very well respected metaphysical writer and in the spiritual fields. And he has Animal Wise, understanding the language of animal messengers.
Yes.
So many times we have an animal that follows us around. We keep seeing animals over and over again. So he has wonderful information, chapters of all different types of animals broken down into their family, like creepy crawlers or birds or
fun fact, Dina is the master spotter of all birds everywhere we go. She'll just be like, oh, look at that little hummingbird up there. And like, there will be a field and she'll see it.
It's so funny because my mom just said the other day about how when I was a little girl, she's like, you would just be staring at the birds. Like I would just, and you were always so me. I have a thing for the birds. But this is a great book. Like I just pulled up Lemur. Oh, don't you love them?
I do love them.
And the keynotes are clairaudience, spirit contact, and ghostly presence.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, I love them. So that's the story of all of our favorite books.
We have so much more, but like anything you want to, I can go on and on and on.
But
like
really, witches, read. You have to read. That's how you develop your practice.
Guys, it's such an important point because we have people that come in and they're like, I don't know. I mean, like, I just don't get tarot. I don't. And I'm like, but like, did you actually read like a book on it? And they go, well, I just don't get it. I go, but you have to read. How can you
learn?
That's anything here. So how can you possibly be expected to understand things or know how to do things? You can't just wing it. You know, you learn from the people who have gone before you. And then once you have a solid basis of understanding, then you can riff off of it. Then you personalize it to you. But like, it's not osmosis that this information is going to just like pop into your brain. You could be as intuitive as they come, but there is something to be said from learning from the masters who put all of their time and they want to share. And that's the community. And learning from other people also benefits you that you might not have considered certain things. Yeah. So be open and learn and just be a sponge, and you will be led down such rabbit holes you never even imagined. And it's fun.
So let's pull a card for the collective.
Yay!
To close out season 3, we will be coming back with a season 4 very soon. So
I'm going to pull from the cat deck because
don't get wild.
It's
be
out
patient.
And ready. All right. The Enchanted Forest Feline Tarot deck.
Pulling from my deck, Crystal Keys Tarot.
Guys, her deck is sick. I'm about to get my own copy. I've been enjoying her copy because we're still we're still pre-launch right now while we're filming this. But I'm getting my little hands on a deck soon.
Yes,
it's gorgeous.
Okay,
I love it. All right, so let's see what I got. Oh, Queen of Branches, which are wands. Queen of Wands.
I did pull the Queen of Wands today.
So go ahead and pull a card and let's see.
Oh, I got the 6 of Pentacles, flow of money.
I like that one. So wands they're associated with taking action and passion and fire and swagger. So the Queen of Wands, like, she keeps it under control. She can wield power if she has to, but she also is like very confident in her skill set that she's accrued, and like she doesn't have to be like braggart about it. Like she's just sitting there like the queen that she is. But like she's holding a staff that she can either like wield her power or protect herself, but like she knows that inner control to harness and really use it to her benefit. So I love it. And she's sitting in a sunflower, just so confident and like empowered by that inner sunshine. So, and how do you interpret that with that?
So to put the Queen of Wands with the 6 of Pentacles, because the 6 of Pentacles is about flow of resources, flow of money, giving and receiving. And I have it paired with green calcite, which brings movement and flow where there's stagnation. I think it's about being in control of your decisioning when it comes to the flow of money. Don't make rash decisions. What I love about the Queen of Wands is that she is very emotionally mature. She is in control of her emotions. She is not a hothead. She feels emotions, but she isn't easily emotionally manipulated. So I think here, sometimes around money, it does tend to feel emotional. We can get triggered around it. So to make wise, measured thought process and decisioning around how you are giving and both receiving your money. That's not a warning. It's just, don't get into emotional hysterics about it, is what I'm trying to say. You know, be calm and measured about it because it's just energy.
Right. It comes and it goes. So use it responsibly.
Exactly. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Another awesome season. We had a great time. We had great guests,
fun.
Great laughs. Yeah. Read some books. It's time for it to build your summer reading list. And we will catch you in a couple of weeks with season 4. Yep. Make sure leave a comment. Let us know, what books are we missing? What should we bring into the shop? Follow us across all the socials at Amityville Apothecary, and we'll be catching you real soon.
Sounds good. Take care.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
That's all for tonight, witches, but the magic doesn't stop here.
Be sure to follow Apothecary After Dark wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Leave us a comment or review. We'd love to hear what's stirring in your cauldron.
And you can always find us at shop.amityvilleapothecary.com or at Amityville Apothecary across all the socials.
Until next time, keep your wards up, your wands at the ready, and your spell work sharp.